At one time, Buddha Shakyamuni, together with 12,500 monks, lived at the temple in Kapalasattva. At the end of summer meditation retreat, he walked out from his abode and went to the Jetava Vihara in Saravati with his followers. Between the two countries stood a big tree full of fruits, called Nyagarada. It was as tall as 20 kilometers and shaded 60 square kilometers. The fruit of the tree is very much. Its fruit tasted fragrant and sweet, like honey. People who ate it, matured fruits, recovered from illness, and their eyes became bright. Everything in the universe I see has its own causes and conditions from its prior lifetimes. World Honored One, what kind of causes and conditions then? Please explain the principle of cause and effect to enlighten those who do not understand. Well, that's a good question. Do listen with your hearts. If one begins to cultivate virtues, just like planting this tree, its seed is only one nut. When it gradually grows up, its fruit are countless. The Buddha said that virtues and sins determine whereabouts. As a result of sincere homage to the Buddha and the Dharma and the Sangha, would one administer or enjoy a noble and dominant position. As a result of generous charity in prior life, one would become a millionaire with infinite treasure. Upholding the precepts and diet keeping in prior life, one would be healthy, strong and longevous without any illness and pain. Practicing forbearance of perfection in prior life, one would be a regular feature with shining white skin, soft hand and body, and exhale fragrant as well. Practicing diligence of perfection in prior life, one would enjoy practicing with no nonsense and like to accumulate virtues. Practicing meditation of perfection, one would become quiet, patient and discreet. Practicing wisdom of perfection, one would become capable and sensible, and clearly understand the delicate Dharma. He could explain the subtle truth so smoothly that even the foolish people can understand. Once accepted his instruction, people would continue to learn more. Treasure and spread his words as well. Praising the three treasures of Buddhism in prior life, one would have a nice and clear voice, with a heart of kindness and compassion, never beating others with objects such as sticks in prior life. One would have a clean and healthy body. Respecting others in prior life, one would have a tall and big body. Looking down upon others in prior life, one would have a short and small body. Hating others with a bad temper, one would be born to be ugly. Owing to refusal to learn and ask in prior life, one would remain unknown to anything. Owing to refusal to teach others, one would be born to be stupid. Slandering others in prior life, one would be born to be a dummy. Having not read any sutra and listened to any instructions, one would be born to be deaf or blind. Having not paid back the money, one would become a slave. The people are of very low positions because they disrespected the three treasures in prior life. The people are ugly and black because they covered the light of Buddha statue in prior life. The reason for being reincarnated in a naked country is because they were sloppily dressed in Buddha temple or abode in prior life. The reason for being reincarnated in a country where all people have to wear a pair of horseshoes is because they passed by Buddha loudly wearing noisy clogs in prior life. The reason for being reincarnated in a country where there is a hole through everyone's chest is because they donated to others but regret later in prior life. The reason for being reincarnated as a roebuck, a deer, an elk, and a muntjac is because one liked to make other people feel panic and fear in prior life. The reason for being reincarnated as a dragon is because one was frivolous and had fun by teasing others in prior life. The reason for suffering from uncurable grievous sores is because they scourged other people and animals in prior life. The reason for being loved by everyone is because one met people with heartfelt delight and joyalty in prior life. The reason for being hated by everyone is because one met people with an embarrassing temper. The reason for being detained in prison with handcuffs and shackles is because one put other people and animals in cages for fun in prior life. The reason for being reincarnated with a cleft is because one liked fishing the hooks and cut out many fish's mouths. If one rejects good advice and keeps quarreling to disturb other people from listening to the Buddha Dharma, one will be reincarnated as a long-eared dog with poor hearing ability. Although listening to Buddha Dharma but not believing in, one will be reincarnated as a donkey horse. If one is greedy and stingy, one will be reincarnated into the existence of hungry ghosts, then reincarnated as a human. One will be very poor in rags, suffering from starvation. If one eats good food and lets other people eat bad food, one will be reincarnated into pigs and cockroaches. If one robs others, one will be reincarnated as a sheep and will be skinned alive by people. If one likes killing, one will be reincarnated as a floating worm in the water, born in morning and dead at night. If one steals other people's property, one will be reincarnated as a farm cattle, a horse, or a slave, to repay the debt by a lifetime of hard working. If one likes raping and seducing, one will be reincarnated into hell, where men have to hold a broiling copper cylinder. A woman will be fixed on a scaling iron bed. If one likes lying and spreading other people's mistakes, one will be reborn into hell, where boiling copper will be put into his mouth. Then his tongue will be put out and plowed. After a long time, one will be reborn as a kind of bird, with terrible voice such as collared owlet or parrot. When hearing his cry, people will feel scared of bad things to happen, so begin to curse it to die earlier. If one likes drinking and makes a lot of mistakes after drunk, one will be reincarnated into hell then will be reborn as an orangutan. When only finally, one will be extremely stupid and arrogant. If husband and wife keep quarreling, fighting and driving each other away, they will be reincarnated into the kind of birds which love to struggle, such as pigeons and turtle dove. If one loves someone else's strength, one will be reborn into a herd of elephants. If government officials take advantage of position to punish innocent citizens, they will be reincarnated into hell. Suffering agonies for 10 billion years. After that, they will be reborn as a bull, which will be forced to wear a muzzle, pulling carts and ships, whipped by sticks to atone for their crimes. Those who do not like clean and have no sense in prior life are reincarnated from pigs. Those who are stingy and greedy are reincarnated from dogs. Those who are cruel and self-opinionated are reincarnated from sheep. Those who are agitated and impatient are reincarnated from macaques. Those who emit a stinking smell of rotten fish is from fish and soft-shelled turtles. Those who are savage and cruel are reincarnated from venomous snakes. Those who like meat without compassion and kindness are reincarnated from wolves, foxes, and eagles. Some people died in the womb, or died soon after born, or died very young, and then sunk into 3 evil destinies for thousands and thousands of kalapas. This is because they love hunting, burning forests, breaking eggs in their prior lives, and fishing with nets. As a result of killing, they have a very short life. Such kind of people will sink into evil destinies life after life for so long a time that they will be very hard to reborn as a human. Please take them as a lesson. Whenever you make merits, you should burn incense, fast, chant sutras, and pray by yourself. If someone else helps to do it for you, don't forget to offer and sustain them. It seems that you invite others to have dinner, but you refuse to eat. How can you stuff yourself? Before Zen meditation, you should clean your body and heart. Keep the precepts so that you can easily calm down your mind. Lighting a lantern in front of Buddha, you can become bright and gradually obtain the conventional wisdom, superordained wisdom, and top wisdom of enlightenment without any obstacles. In your daily life, you should burn incense, fast, recite sutra, and donate. If one is happy to donate, one will be protected by gods. Demons will keep away from him and dare not hurt. The lazy person idles away his time with no effort to practice. Only when he gets sick or encounters unfortunate things, he remembers to burn incense and worship Buddha. In this way, gods will not come to help, and demons will dare to come to disturb and make weird things happen. So you should keep practicing in daily life. Crime and blessing follows people, as a shadow follows the body. We cultivate blessings just like seeding the tree. In return, we will harvest as many fruits as a nagana tree. Well, how many nuts are there in the original seed of the tree? There is only one nut. But when it grows up, it harvests countless seeds. Quite right. You give 1 penny, you get 10,000 of times in return. It is absolutely true. Wise men like to give, and gods are ready to help. You give 1 and get 10,000 in return. Those who are kind to give accumulate limitless blessings. They will finally be enlightened to save all sentient beings. Common people are so ignorant that they watch everything only through their eyes in life and death, thus cannot thoroughly understand the essence of crime and blessing. Through my eyes of awakening, I clearly know the crimes and blessings of all sentient beings, just like watching a colored glaze in my palm, with no doubt. For the delicate Dharma, what you just taught us, what is the appropriate name? This sutra is called as the Sutra of Crime and Blessing for Transmigrating between the 5 Destinies. If God, men, and women can recite this sutra and spread it widely, they will obtain infinite merits so that they will meet, follow, and sustain all 1,000 Buddhas of the auspicious Kalpa.
They will never be sunk to the 3 evil and never be reborn in 8 difficult, and finally get right meditation. When Buddha said this sutra, 500 monks advanced to arahats. Meanwhile, gods and dragons from heavens, 12,000 laymen, and 6,000 laywomen have gained absolute confidence in Buddha Dharma. They bowed to the Buddha, walked around him for 3 loops, and left delightfully.